He is shocking everyone, as although this season the Cowboys defense has been lackluster at best, there was one player who is balling out and playing above his pay grade. Well, because he's a rookie. We talk about it here on today's show. I'm Jace Andrews. We welcome you into Cowboys Digest. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday wherever you might be. And hey, happy November as well. If you're looking for daily coverage of the Dallas Cowboys in the 2025 NFL season, we've got you covered. Trade deadline on Tuesday. You don't want to miss that. So go down there, hit that subscribe button. It's 100% free. Let's talk about this Dallas defense for a little bit because, man, it has been a crapshoot this season. Whether you want to blame the defensive coordinator and Matt Eberflus, whether you want to blame the people on this team and this defense not performing to the level you expect, I'll take either a blame because I think both are probably right to some extent. The signings that they've had have been bad. Kenneth Murray Jr., Kaiir Elam have been terrible. Trades, signings, whatever they might be. It's been very bad. However, I do think we're not giving enough credit to the defensive line. I think that James Houston has been great. He's just not getting a lot of play time from Matt Eberflus, Jadeveon Clowney since he has signed. He's also been good. I think there's been times where we've seen what Marshawn Yellen can do. There's been times where we've seen what Dante Fowler can do. But the problem with this defensive line has really just been consistency. But what's funny is one of these players, and a rookie at that, in Donovan Ezeiruaku, is playing very good and very consistent for about the past almost 6 weeks now. That's where we go into today's show and kind of talking about this defensive line. Because in terms of sacks, the Cowboys are bottom tier. In fact, they're tied for the ninth least amount of sacks in the entire NFL at 15. And they did get 5 in one game. So, I mean, imagine you take away those 5 in that one game. We're talking about a very different team right now. But that's where I talk about Donovan Ezeiruaku because I'm not going to lie. I expected a lot from this guy coming out of Boston College. He had the most sacks in the Power 4 last year. And you thought that he could come in and perform to that level right away in some aspects because, well, he was going to have Micah Parsons, and he was going to have this defensive line that was in a very good spot. And obviously, the trade for Micah Parsons, trade him away, that happened. You still felt like he was going to do well. Well, the first couple weeks were pretty abysmal. In fact, at one point, he had a 0% pressure rate against the Bears and didn't get the backfield once, which is not what you like, not what you want to see. It was very much a wake-up call for, I think, Donovan and for this team and honestly, just looking at everything. But if you look at his stats, nothing really strikes you as like, okay, this guy's playing great, right? 17 tackles. He had 4 against Washington, just 1 this past week against Denver. 5 tackles in the Green Bay loss. In terms of sacks, he has 1. That was against Washington. He's got 4 stuffs. Like, his stats are nothing really to write home about. But for a defensive lineman, stats aren't where you get the real info. Stats aren't where you get how is this player getting off the ball, playing well. Where you get that and where you really truly see how good a player is playing and if they're truly affecting the game is PFF. And well, Donovan Ezeiruaku is the number 5 ranked edge rusher since week 4 in the NFL. A second-round rookie, number 5 edge rusher. If you're looking at the numbers here, it's going to be Myles, Garrett as the 2. You kind of expect that. I really could not tell you who that first guy is. Does that say Nick Herring? I don't even know who that guy is. Going to be so honest with you. Chase Young's 3rd, Micah Parsons is 4, and Donovan Ezeiruaku is 5. Man, imagine if you had Micah on this team. That'd be pretty crazy. Oh, wait. Also, Jadeveon Clowney down there at the bottom. But since week 4, Donovan Ezeiruaku has been one of the best defensive edge rushers, not just as a rookie, not just in the NFC, not just the Cowboys, in the NFL. Like, that is something that is very good to see, considering the slow start, considering how bad it was. Now, his overall PFF grade, it's nothing to write home about. 75.2 ranks him 29th amongst all 119 edge rushers in the NFL. He does have the 51st most snaps in the NFL in terms of edge rushers. Pressures at 17, pretty good, ranks him 50th amongst the 119 edge rushers. I like Donovan Ezeiruaku. The PFF ranking as a season total is definitely influenced by those first couple weeks. It's definitely influenced by having a 0 pressure rate against the Bears. Now, I didn't look specifically at that PFF grade because my eyes couldn't bear it, but I can guarantee you during that game against the Bears, his PFF rank, I'd be shocked if it was above 60. Like, legitimately, I'd be shocked. Maybe even above 50. Like, if you're getting no pressure to the quarterback, you're not going to be getting a very good grade. Now, he can still be doing the right moves. He can still be making the right reads and adjustments on the line, but I think he is deserving of getting more praise. And I mentioned these rankings, and you also see Jadeveon Clowney down there, and you're thinking, okay, Jadeveon, like, yeah, signing him, he's been really, really good. A 68.8 ranking in terms of his entire Cowboys career, which I really think is probably since week 4 anyway, but he ranks him 49th amongst 120 edge rushers. Obviously, some people in the beginning have some higher edge rushing rankings, so that's why it kind of gets changed. 9 pressures is something you'd like to increase, but his snap count, 121, which ranks him 112th out of 182 edge rushers in this instance. This is where I have the problem. And this is where, if you want to blame players, sure. But this is, you got to look at Matt Eberflus. You really have to look at Matt Eberflus, because I was curious. Jadeveon Clowney, Donovan Ezeiruaku, James Houston, I think they're really the backbone of that defensive line. Now, they all play edge rusher. They all play on the same side, so kind of hard to rotate them in, but you can move them around. I looked at the snap percentages. Sam Williams right now has one of the highest snap percentages alongside Osa Odighizuwa. Both those guys have been underachievers this year. Kenny Clark has the most at 66.61. I don't mind that. I want him to be out there. I want him to be performing. He's been playing great. The problem I have with this, Jadeveon Clowney, who has been playing great since week 4, has been doing fantastic, has a 22% snap percentage. Is he older? Yes. Are they trying not to injure him? Yes. But you've got to do something. James Houston, 24.86. This guy was a 2022 draft pick, and we're playing him 24% of the snaps when he has been fantastic. Fantastic. Donovan Ezeiruaku, he continues to get his snap percentage increase. He's at 48.64, so playing at a decent rate, but I just can't get over how odd these are. Now, I know there's defensive tackle uses and defensive edge rushers, but in terms of edge rushers, the highest ranking guys are going to be Sam Williams and Donovan Ezeiruaku, which Donovan Ezeiruaku 100% deserves that high ranking, but Jadeveon Clowney and James Houston should have more than Marshawn Nealon. Jadeveon Clowney and James Houston should have more than Dante Fowler at this point. Now, I know this is a full season, but it's just a very frustrating thing when the Cowboys, for whatever reason, and this goes more into the whole team, play the money over the person. Play the loyalty over the better player. If somebody is playing better, if somebody is out there on the football field doing better than whoever else is out there, play him. I know you have to rotate, but it just makes no sense. As for Donovan Ezeiruaku, though, we do have a pretty cool thing that he is ranked 6th right now on John Fraschilla's NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year ballot. So pretty cool to see him kind of getting up there. Obviously, I really don't expect him to win just because of how, quite honestly, horrendous those first couple weeks were. But he's doing really well. He's really good at splash plays, which basically are big plays, sacks, all that stuff. He limits them. He's been a great part of this team. I really am excited to see the growth of him. You get him for 4 years. We know the second round pick signing was kind of weird this offseason, so glad they got that done. But there's some positives to the defense. And whether you think it's player personnel, whether you think it's defensive coaching, I do think that as bad as it is this year, I don't think it's going to be something that's like, oh yeah, this defense is going to be bad for the next 5 years. I think they can flip this around very, very easily. That's all we got for you here today on Cowboys Digest. We appreciate you tuning in. We hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. And for now, peace out, guys.